They arrested me for saving a man's life. I'm Jake Morrison, retired Air Force pilot, 30 years serving this country, 3 combat zones. I bought 5 acres in Montana with my retirement money. Kept my helicopter for volunteer search and rescue. Then SHE moved in. Patricia Blackwood, blonde bob, pink blazer, HOA president. She hated my helicopter, called it an eyesore, so she fenced it off, made it illegal. When a diabetic hiker was dying on a mountain at 2 a.m., ground teams 90 minutes out, I cut through her fence and flew the rescue anyway. Saved his life. 22 minutes. Doctors said 10 more minutes and he'd be dead. I landed at dawn, sheriff waiting, handcuffs, jail for saving a life, but Patricia made one fatal mistake. I don't back down. What happened next destroyed her completely. Everything she built, gone. Watch until the end because this gets absolutely insane. Comment where you're watching from. I need to know how far this reaches. I'm standing on my property right now. 5 acres of Montana heaven. Pine trees stretch toward a sky so blue it hurts to look at. Mountain peaks in the distance. Snow-capped, eternal, the kind of view that makes you believe in God or at least something bigger than yourself. This is what I worked 30 years for. I'm Jake Morrison, retired Air Force pilot. I flew Blackhawks in 3 combat zones, Iraq, Afghanistan, places I can't talk about. I pulled wounded soldiers out of hot zones while bullets punched through the fuselage. I watched friends die. I earned medals I keep in a drawer because they remind me of things I'd rather forget. But I served, I survived, and I came home. I bought this land with my retirement savings. Every penny, built a modest cabin, nothing fancy, wood beams, stone fireplace, solar panels on the roof. I heat with firewood I cut myself. I grow vegetables in the summer. I live simple, clean. Free, but there's one thing that makes this place special. My Robinson R-44 helicopter, cherry red, sits on a concrete pad behind the house. FAA approved, fully licensed, inspected annually. I maintain it myself. Every bolt, every wire, every hour logged in a black notebook. This helicopter isn't a toy, it's a lifeline. I use it for supply runs to remote cabins, medical emergencies when the roads are snowed in, search and rescue volunteer work. Last month I airlifted a rancher having a heart attack, 62 years old, clutching his chest. His wife screaming, ground ambulance was 40 minutes out. I had him at county medical in 12 minutes. Doctors said I saved his life. The community knows what I do. They wave when I fly over. They bring me pies, thank you cards, a case of beer last Christmas. I don't do it for recognition. I do it because it's right. Because when someone needs help, you help them. That's the code I lived by in the military. That's the code I live by now. But 3 months ago, everything changed. The Ridge Vista Homeowners Association formed. I didn't vote for it. I wasn't even notified properly. But 70% of the new residents voted yes. Rich people from California, tech workers, trust fund kids, they bought up the surrounding parcels, built McMansions with 3-car garages and heated driveways. Houses worth $2 million sitting next to my $100,000 cabin. They wanted community standards, unified aesthetics, property value protection, and leading the charge, Patricia Blackwood, mid-50s. Blonde bob cut so perfect it looks painted on, pink blazer, pearl necklace. She moved here from San Francisco 6 months ago. She and her husband Richard bought the biggest house on the ridge, 6,000 square feet for 2 people. Columns out front like a southern plantation. Fountain in the circular driveway, 3 luxury cars in the garage. Patricia has opinions about everything. The fence colors, the mailbox styles, the acceptable dog breeds, and my helicopter. She called it an eyesore, a noise pollutant, a safety hazard. I met her at a neighborhood gathering, tried to explain what I do, the medical runs, the rescues. She smiled that cold smile and sipped her wine. Very noble, Mr. Morrison, but this is a residential community now. We have standards. I ignored her, big mistake, because Patricia Blackwood doesn't take no for an answer. She doesn't compromise, she doesn't negotiate, she destroys. And I was about to learn that the hard way. The war started with a letter, certified mail, but what that letter triggered, it would expose corruption, fraud, and crimes that went deeper than I ever imagined. Patricia thought she was untouchable. She was wrong. The letter arrives on a Tuesday morning, certified mail, I have to sign for it. The postal carrier looks uncomfortable, like he knows what's inside, like he's delivered a bomb. Ridge Vista Homeowners Association, official letterhead. Gold embossed logo. I open it standing in my driveway. Notice of community standards violation. My hands start shaking before I finish the first paragraph. Unauthorized aircraft storage on residential property. Section 7.32 of Ridge Vista Covenants, Conditions, and Restrictions. Remove within 30 days or face penalties of $500 per day until compliance is achieved. $500 per day. I read it 3 times, the words don't change, this can't be legal. My property predates their HOA by 15 years. I'm grandfathered in, protected, right? I drive to Patricia's mansion immediately. The house is obscene, white columns. Professionally landscaped gardens, a fountain with actual cherubs spitting water. Her black Merced sits in the driveway. Vanity plate BWO done. Blackwood number 1, I ring the doorbell. It plays a classical melody. Richard opens the door. Patricia's husband, mid-50s, receding hairline, soft hands, expensive watch. He barely looks up from his phone. Can I help you? I need to speak with Patricia. He sighs like I'm an inconvenience. Calls over his shoulder. Patricia, that helicopter guy is here. That helicopter guy, she appears in the foyer, red silk blouse today, arms crossed, that smile, cold as January wind. Mr. Morrison. How can I help you? I show her the letter. She doesn't even look at it. The community voted. Helicopters lower property values by an estimated 12% according to our real estate consultant. They're dangerous. Noisy. This is a residential area now. I use it for medical emergencies, search and rescue, people's lives. She waves her hand, dismissive, like swatting a fly. Very noble, but rules are rules. You can store it at the county airfield. It's only 20 miles away. 20 miles, 40-minute drive each way. That kills response time. Minutes matter in emergencies. People could die. This is my property, I say. My voice stays calm, military discipline. I've had this helicopter here for 12 years. Not anymore. Her smile widens. You're part of Ridge Vista now. You should have attended the formation meetings. You should have voted, but you didn't, so now you follow our rules. Or you face the consequences. What consequences? Financial penalties, legal action, foreclosure if necessary. She tilts her head. We have excellent lawyers, Mr. Morrison, very expensive, very aggressive. Can you afford that kind of fight on your pension? It's a threat, clear as glass. You can't do this. Watch me. She closes the door right in my face. The classical doorbell melody echoes as the lock clicks. I stand there for 30 seconds, just breathing, hands clenched, jaw tight, not from fear, from rage, pure, molten, controlled. I walk back to my truck, sit in the driver's seat, stare at her fountain, those stupid cherubs. Patricia Blackwood just made a declaration of war. She thinks I'm some old veteran she can bully. Some relic who'll roll over because she has money and lawyers and an HOA behind her. She doesn't know who she's dealing with. I flew combat missions in 3 war zones. I made life-or-death decisions at 10,000 feet with surface-to-air missiles locking onto my bird. I survived things that would break most people. Patricia Blackwood is about to learn something. I don't break, I fight back, and I never lose. I hire a lawyer the next day, Tom Hendricks, old friend from the VA. We served together, different units but same wars. He got out, went to law school, specializes in property rights. Good man, honest, doesn't charge veteran rates but he doesn't gouge either. I bring him everything. The HOA letter, my property deed, FAA licenses. 12 years of flight logs proving community service missions. Tom reads the documents at his desk, frowns, flips pages, his frown deepens. Jake, when did you receive notice about the HOA formation? I didn't. You should have. They're required to notify all property owners within the proposed boundaries. Certified mail, public notices, county filings. He pulls up his computer, types, scrolls. They filed the HOA incorporation 3 months ago. Your property is listed as parcel 7B within boundaries. I never got notice. Then we have grounds. He leans back, pre-existing use, grandfathered rights, improper notification, plus public safety necessity. This helicopter serves the community. We can fight this. Hope flickers, small, fragile. Tom files a motion, emergency injunction to stop the fines. Court hearing in 6 weeks. I document everything while we wait, every flight. Every mission, I get letters from the people I've helped, the rancher whose life I saved, the lost hikers. The medical supply runs, 23 letters, all saying the same thing. Jake Morrison's helicopter saves lives. The hearing arrives. County courthouse, small room, wood paneling, American flag in the corner. The judge is 60, gray hair, reading glasses. She reviews our motion, reviews the HOA's response. Patricia sits in the front row, pink blazer. Blonde bob perfect. Her lawyer is expensive, dark suit, silver cufflinks. He argues for 30 minutes, property values, community standards, legal HOA authority. Tom argues our case, grandfathered rights, public safety. Improper notice. The judge listens, takes notes, doesn't show emotion. Finally she speaks. The HOA filed properly with the county. They have authority over aesthetic standards within their boundaries. The plaintiff can store his aircraft at alternative locations. Motion denied. My stomach drops. Tom stands. Your Honor, this helicopter provides emergency medical. I've read the briefs, counselor. My decision stands. Gavel done. Over. Patricia smiles at me from across the aisle. Doesn't say a word, doesn't have to. Outside the courthouse, Tom looks defeated. We can appeal, but it'll cost $30,000 minimum and take 2 years. Maybe more, I don't have 30,000. My pension covers mortgage, utilities, food, helicopter maintenance, nothing extra. What happens now, I ask. The fines start 500 per day, they'll send invoices. If you don't pay, they'll file a lien, eventually foreclose. Foreclose, take my home, my land, everything I worked for. Tom puts his hand on my shoulder. Jake, maybe it's time to consider. No, you haven't heard what I know what you're going to say. Comply, move the helicopter, make peace. I shake my head. I can't do that, Tom. This isn't just about property rights. This is about what's right, period, he sighs. Then get ready for a war. Because that's what this is. I've fought wars before. Not like this, not against people with unlimited money and no conscience. I drive home. The mountains look the same, the sky, the trees, but everything feels different, heavier. That night I sit at my kitchen table. Laptop open, coffee going cold. I start researching. HOA law, property rights, Montana statutes. I read for 6 hours straight, and I find something. Something buried in the Ridge Vista HOA formation documents. A crack, a weakness, a weapon. Patricia Blackwood thinks she won. She's wrong. I wake to chainsaws. 6 a.m., Saturday morning. The sound rips through my skull like a blade. I run outside. No shoes, just sweatpants and a t-shirt. Frost on the ground. My breath makes clouds. A crew is on my property. 6 men, 2 pickups, orange safety vests. They're cutting down trees, my trees. A pine I planted 10 years ago. Another that was here when I bought the land. Stop, what the hell are you doing? The foreman walks over, clipboard, hard hat, doesn't look happy to be here. Work orders, sir. HOA authorized. He shows me the paperwork, Patricia Blackwood's signature, bold, aggressive strokes, creating community green space buffer zone, section 9.4 environmental enhancement. They're building a fence. 8 feet tall, chain link, right across my helicopter pad, the concrete slab I poured myself, the tie-downs I installed, the fuel storage I had professionally inspected. They're making it impossible to take off or land. This is my property, you can't, says here we can, sir. HOA has easement rights for community improvements. He looks uncomfortable. I'm just doing my job. I call the sheriff, emergency line. Deputy Martinez arrives 20 minutes later. Young guy, polite. He reviews the paperwork, radios dispatch, comes back shaking his head. Mr. Morrison, this is a civil matter. The HOA has filed the proper permits with the county. You'll need to address this through your lawyer. They're destroying my property. I understand your frustration, but legally my hands are tied. He leaves, the crew keeps working, I watch them all day, can't stop them, can't touch them. Just watch, by noon they've cleared the trees, by 2 p.m. they're setting posts. Concrete deep, professional work, by sunset the fence is up, 8 feet of chain link, padlocked gate, yellow no trespassing sign. My helicopter sits behind it. Trapped, surrounded, useless, I call Patricia. Voicemail, I call again, voicemail, I drive to her mansion. Evening now, lights on inside, her Mercedes in the driveway, I bang on the door 3 times hard. Richard answers, looks nervous, guilty, she's not available. Tell her this isn't over. Mr. Morrison, please, you need to leave or I'll call the police. Call them, tell them your wife is trespassing, destroying property. Committing crimes. You're on our property right now, please go. He closes the door, locks it. I hear Patricia's voice inside, laughing, actually laughing. I stand there for 2 minutes just breathing, then I walk back to my truck. Drive home in darkness. But I'm not defeated, not even close, because here's what Patricia doesn't know. That fence, it's on MY property, not HOA common area. I have survey maps from when I bought this land. Original boundary markers, county records. She just committed criminal trespass, property damage, and I have documentation. I also noticed something else at her mansion, something I filed away, her garage, 6 cars inside. I saw them when Richard opened the door last time. 6 vehicles, but only 2 are registered to this address. Montana plates, the others, California plates. I memorized the numbers, unregistered vehicles, that's a county violation. Misdemeanor per vehicle. And that fence she just built, I checked the county permit database tonight. No permit, no environmental review, no inspection. She built it illegally. Patricia Blackwood just made 3 criminal moves in one day, and I documented all of them. She thinks she's checkmated me, but she just moved her queen into a trap. I sit at my kitchen table, laptop open, creating folders. Screenshots, PDFs, evidence files. I'm not fighting with emotion anymore. I'm fighting with strategy. And Patricia, she's about to learn what happens when you corner a combat veteran. We don't surrender, we adapt, we plan. And we strike back. The next HOA meeting is Tuesday night. Community Center, 7 p.m. I arrive 15 minutes early. The parking lot is packed, 50 cars, maybe more. This is bigger than normal, word has spread. Inside, folding chairs are arranged in rows. Portable stage up front, long table for the board. Patricia sits center, blonde bob perfect. Pink dress, matching heels. She sees me enter, her smile falters just for a second, then it's back. Plastic cold, I take a seat in the back, don't say anything, just wait. The meeting starts, budget reports, landscaping proposals. Someone complains about a neighbor's Christmas lights still being up. January now, petty stuff. Then open comment period. I stand, the room goes quiet, all eyes on me. I'd like to address the fence blocking my helicopter. Murmurs, people shift in seats, phones come out, recording, Patricia's voice goes syrupy sweet, condescending. Mr. Morrison, we've discussed this. The community voted your aircraft is a nuisance, it depreciates property values, surely you understand. What I understand, I interrupt, is that fence is on MY property, not common area. You committed criminal trespass and property damage. Silence, complete silence. That's not accurate. Our surveyor, I pull out papers, walk to the front, place them on the table. 3 independent surveys all confirm it. Your fence is 18 feet onto my property. You also built without county permits. That's a code violation, Class B misdemeanor. Patricia's face flushes red. Our legal team reviewed, your legal team missed it. Or didn't care, I turn to face the crowd. You also owe me $15,000 in property damage, trees you cut down, land you excavated, legal fees. Want me to continue? Someone in the crowd whispers. Holy shit, Patricia stands, hands flat on the table. This meeting is, I'm not done. My voice stays level, calm. I also noticed something at your house, Patricia, 6 vehicles in your garage, 4 with California plates. Unregistered in Montana, that's a misdemeanor per vehicle. I reported it to the county sheriff this morning. Her husband Richard goes pale, sinks in his chair, and one more thing. I pull out more papers. Your husband's company, Blackwood Developments, won the contract for all Ridge Vista Common Area projects. Clubhouse, playground, landscaping, $400,000 total. Gasps, real ones. Patricia, you're the HOA president who approved those contracts. That's conflict of interest, self-dealing. In some states, that's embezzlement. The room explodes, voices, arguments, phones recording everything. Patricia points at me. Hand shaking, face red, veins visible in her neck. Get out, get out. Why? Because I'm telling the truth. You're a bitter old man who can't accept progress. This community doesn't want you. Your helicopter is trash. She catches herself, but too late. Richard grabs her arm, tries to pull her down, she yanks away. This meeting is adjourned, she screams, but nobody moves. They're all staring at her, seeing her for what she is. Not a community leader, a tyrant, a fraud, a criminal. I walk toward the exit. Slow, confident, Patricia's voice follows me. My lawyers will destroy you. I stop, turn back. Try it. I've got nothing left to lose but you. I smile. You've got everything to lose and you're about to lose it all. I leave. The room erupts behind me, shouting, arguments, chaos. I just detonated Patricia Blackwood's perfect world, and I'm not even close to done. Outside, 3 people stop me, shake my hand, thank me. We've been afraid to speak up, one woman says. She's been terrorizing this neighborhood for months. Not anymore, I tell her. I drive home. My helicopter's still trapped behind that fence, but not for long. Because tomorrow I'm filing everything with the county prosecutor. And Patricia's nightmare, it's just beginning. Patricia retaliates within 48 hours. 5 new violation notices, all delivered same day, certified mail. I have to sign for each one. Grass exceeds 4 inches in height. Violation. Mailbox is incorrect color per community standards. Violation. Deck requires staining per maintenance schedule. Violation. Garbage cans visible from street. Violation. Dog barking excessively. Disturbance. Violation. I read that last one twice. I don't have a dog, never have. I'm gone too much for rescue missions. Can't care for a pet properly, she's just making it up. Each violation carries a fine, $3,000 total. My phone rings. Tom Hendricks, Jake, they're trying to drown you. Classic HOA intimidation tactic, paperwork warfare. They want you to fold, sell the property, leave. I'm not leaving. I know. But we need to move fast. Papers rustling on his end. Good news, I filed your counterclaims this morning. Trespass, property damage, illegal construction. The county inspector is scheduled to review their fence permits next week. What about the vehicles? Already submitted your evidence to the sheriff. Deputy Martinez confirmed their opening an investigation. And Jake, that conflict of interest issue with Blackwood Developments, I sent everything to the county prosecutor. They're very interested. Hope small but growing. How long? These things take time, but you heard her, Jake. That scene at the HOA meeting, it's all over social media. Someone posted video, 30,000 views already. I hang up, open Facebook. Search Ridge Vista HOA, there it is. Posted by someone named Jennifer Garcia. The whole confrontation, Patricia screaming at me, her face red, calling me trash. Comments below are savage. This woman is insane. HOA presidents are the worst people on earth. Jake Morrison is a hero. I looked him up, decorated veteran. This is disgusting. The video has been shared 200 times, but I'm not celebrating. Because I know Patricia, she's not done, not even close. That night I start digging deeper. Public records, property deeds, business filings, county tax documents. Richard Blackwood, owner of Blackwood Developments LLC. Incorporated in California 2018. Moved to Montana 2024. I pull his business contracts, every project for Ridge Vista HOA, clubhouse renovation, $120,000. Playground installation, $60,000. Common area landscaping, $90,000. Irrigation system, $70,000. Entry monument with lighting, $60,000. Total, $400,000. I compare his bids to market rates. Call 3 other contractors, ask for quotes on identical work. The numbers don't match. Richard's bids are inflated by 40%, maybe more. He overcharged massively. And Patricia approved every contract, signed every check. She's the HOA president, the treasurer, she controls the finances. This isn't just conflict of interest, this is fraud, embezzlement, theft. I document everything, spreadsheets. Comparisons, timeline, create a folder labeled Blackwood Financial Crimes. One copy for the county prosecutor, one for the state attorney general, one for the FBI if it goes federal, and one more thing. I file for emergency FAA clearance, special authorization for medical transport operations, humanitarian exemption because I know what's coming. Someone's going to need help, a medical emergency, a rescue, something. And when they do, when someone is dying and I'm their only hope, that fence won't stop me, nothing will stop me. I'll cut through it with bolt cutters if I have to, rip it down with my bare hands. And when Patricia tries to have me arrested, when she calls the sheriff and the cameras show up, the whole world will see exactly who she is, not a community leader, a monster who values property aesthetics over human life. I sit at my table, coffee gone cold. Mountains dark outside my window. Patricia Blackwood started this war, but I'm going to finish it. And by the time I'm done, she'll lose everything, her reputation, her freedom, her empire, everything. The call comes at 2 a.m. My phone vibrating on the nightstand jolts me awake. I answer before the second ring. Jake Morrison, speaking. This is County Dispatch. We have a situation. Missing hiker on Mount Harrison, male, mid-30s, diabetic. His insulin ran out 6 hours ago. He's unconscious. GPS coordinates locked. Ground teams can't reach him until dawn. I'm already out of bed, pulling on clothes. How long until dawn? 4 hours minimum. He'll be dead by then. You're the closest helicopter. Only chance. I'm on my way. I grab my jacket, flight helmet, keys, run outside into freezing darkness, stars overhead, breath clouds in the air, the fence, 8 feet of chain link. Padlocked gate surrounding my helicopter. I run to my shed. Grab bolt cutters, heavy, industrial grade. The lock breaks with one squeeze, metal snapping. Gate swings open, chain link screeching against posts. I don't care, a man is dying. His life matters more than Patricia's rules. More than HOA regulations, more than anything. I fire up the Robinson, instruments glowing green in the darkness. Rotor blades spinning, that beautiful sound. Wump, 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 power, freedom. Purpose, I lift off at 2:17 a.m. Spotlights track across the valley below, houses lit up. I fly directly over Patricia's mansion. Can't avoid it, it's the flight path. I see her, standing on the front lawn, pink robe, phone out. Recording me, good, record this, record me saving a life. Mount Harrison is 12 miles northeast, rugged terrain, pine forests, rocky cliffs. GPS coordinates guide me in. I spot the hiker at 2:43 a.m. Lying on a ridge, not moving, I land on a flat section 30 yards away. Rotor wash kicks up snow and pine needles. I run to him, he's hypothermic, skin gray, pulse weak, barely breathing. David Mueller, that's his name. His wallet says so, father of 3. Lives in Billings, has photos of his kids, 2 girls, 1 boy, all under 10. I load him into the helicopter, strap him in, cover him with emergency blankets, lift off at 2:51 a.m. County Medical is 18 miles south. I push the Robinson hard, maximum speed, rotor screaming. I radio ahead. Incoming medical emergency, diabetic crisis, hypothermia. ETA 12 minutes. The ER team is waiting when I land. Gurney, IV bags, they take him immediately. A doctor grabs my arm. Older guy, gray beard, you the pilot? Yes, sir. 10 more minutes and we'd have lost him. You saved his life. I nod, can't speak, adrenaline crashing. I fly home, dawn breaking over the mountains. Orange and pink sky, beautiful, perfect. I land at 4:38 a.m. Sheriff's deputy waiting in my driveway. Deputy Martinez, he looks uncomfortable. Mr. Morrison, I need you to step out of the aircraft. What's going on? I have a warrant for your arrest. My stomach drops. For what? Destruction of HOA property. Violating a restraining order issued yesterday by Judge Richardson. You cut the lock, removed the gate, violated community standards. Restraining order. Patricia filed it while I was sleeping. I saved a man's life. I understand. But I still have to take you in. He cuffs me, reads my rights, loads me into his cruiser. I sit in the back seat watching sunrise paint the mountains gold. I just saved David Mueller's life, and they're arresting me for it. Patricia wins again, or so she thinks, because what she doesn't understand is that she just handed me the ultimate weapon. The one thing that will turn public opinion completely against her. She valued property rules over human life. And the whole world is about to find out. They book me at county jail, fingerprints, mugshot, orange jumpsuit. I'm processed by 9 a.m. Tom Hendricks bails me out by noon. This is insane, he says in the parking lot. You saved a man's life and they arrested you. Patricia filed a restraining order. I violated it. We'll fight this. Judge will dismiss it. No jury would convict. But I'm not worried about conviction. I'm thinking bigger. By the time we reach my truck, my phone has 37 missed calls. Unknown numbers, news stations. The story already broke. War veteran arrested after saving dying hiker. Local news posted it an hour ago. Now it's everywhere. Regional stations, state news, national outlets picking it up. My phone rings again. CNN, I don't answer, but David Mueller does answer, the hiker I saved. He goes on camera that afternoon. Wife and 3 kids beside him. He's crying. Jake Morrison saved my life. I would be dead right now. My kids would have no father, and they arrested him for breaking a fence. This is evil. This is wrong. The video goes viral, 2 million views in 24 hours. Comments flood in, this is what's wrong with America. HOAs are tyranny. Free Jake Morrison. Patricia Blackwood should be in jail, not him. My story spreads like wildfire. Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok. Everyone is talking about it. Protesters gather outside Patricia's mansion. 20 people, then 50, then hundreds. Signs, chants, free Jake. HOAs are un-American. Hero, not criminal. News helicopters circle overhead. Patricia releases a statement through her lawyer. Mr. Morrison violated a court order. He destroyed HOA property. No one is above the law. We respect his service, but rules must be followed. That statement is gasoline on fire. The internet tears her apart. They dig into her background, find everything. Richard's construction company, the $400,000 in contracts, the conflict of interest, the unregistered vehicles, code violations. Someone finds their California property records, tax liens, bankruptcies, failed business ventures. They fled California to escape debts, started fresh in Montana, used the HOA as a money laundering scheme. News crews camp outside her house. She can't leave without facing cameras. I watch it all from my cabin. My phone never stops ringing. Interview requests, support messages, donations. Someone started a legal defense fund. $10,000 in donations by day 2, $20,000 by day 3, $60,000 by the end of the week. People across America see themselves in my fight. The little guy versus corrupt authority. Good versus evil. And they're on my side. Tom calls Thursday afternoon. Jake, the county prosecutor, reviewed your evidence. They're opening a formal investigation into HOA fraud, Patricia and Richard, embezzlement, self-dealing. Conspiracy, how long? These things take time, but Jake, the state attorney general just got involved. This is big. Federal investigators might get involved too. I look out my window. The fence is still there. But it doesn't matter anymore, because I already won. Not in court, not legally, not yet. But in the court of public opinion, Patricia is destroyed, her reputation, her credibility, her power gone. And the legal hammer is about to fall. That night, the HOA board holds an emergency meeting, closed session, but someone leaks what happens inside. Patricia is forced to resign, effective immediately. She refuses, screams at them. Threatens lawsuits. They vote anyway, unanimous, she's out. Security escorts her from the building. News cameras catch it all, her face red, hair messy, no makeup, she looks destroyed. She sees the cameras, tries to cover her face, too late. The image goes viral. HOA Karen falls from power. I don't celebrate, don't gloat, but I do sleep well that night for the first time in months, because justice isn't always fast, but it's coming. The next HOA meeting is different. New board president, Gerald Hutchins, retired engineer, 60s, reasonable man. He calls the meeting to order, community center, packed, standing room only, news cameras in the back. And Patricia is here. She sits in the front row, doesn't have to anymore, she's not president, but she came anyway, wearing a red dress today, hair perfect again, trying to look composed, but her hands shake. Gerald speaks first. Calm. Professional. Given recent events and ongoing investigations, this board must address several serious issues. First, the fence blocking Mr. Morrison's property. It was built illegally, on private land, without permits. The board votes to remove it immediately. All in favor. Unanimous. 5 hands up. Patricia stands, face flushed. You can't do that. The community voted. Property values. Sit down, Patricia, Gerald says, firm but not angry. You're no longer president. You don't have the floor. She doesn't sit. She's shaking now, rage or fear or both. Second, Gerald continues, we're calling for your immediate resignation from the board entirely. Based on evidence of financial misconduct, self-dealing, fraud, the board votes now all in favor, unanimous again. Patricia loses it. This is a witch hunt. Jake Morrison is a criminal. He violated a court order. He destroyed property. He saved a man's life, I say, standing. All eyes turn to me. Patricia points, hand trembling. You think you're special because you flew helicopters, because you're a veteran, you're nothing. Just a bitter old man who can't accept progress. The room goes silent, completely silent. She's not done. This community doesn't want you. Your helicopter is trash. It's ugly. It's dangerous. You're trash. Someone gasps, actual gasps. She just attacked a veteran, on camera, in front of 200 people. Her own allies look shocked, embarrassed, disgusted. Gerald stands. Patricia, you're removed from the board, effective immediately. Security will escort you out. Two men in security uniforms approach. Patricia looks around. Desperate, panicked, no one meets her eyes, not even Richard. Her husband sits 3 rows back, head down, won't look at her. This isn't over, she hisses at me, voice low, venomous. My lawyers will destroy you. I'll take everything, your house, your land, your precious helicopter, everything. I step closer, calm, controlled. Try it, I've got nothing left to lose. But you, I pause, let it sink in. You've got everything to lose and you're about to lose it all. Security takes her arms, gentle but firm. She tries to pull away. Don't touch me. Do you know who I am? Yeah, one security guard says. We know exactly who you are. They walk her to the exit. The room is silent, everyone watching. Patricia stops at the door, turns back, looks at me one last time. I see it in her eyes, the realization, the understanding she lost completely, totally, and she knows it. The door closes behind her, the room explodes, applause, cheers, people standing. Gerald bangs his gavel. Order, please. We have business to conduct. The meeting continues. They vote to reimburse my legal fees, remove the fence, issue a public apology. They vote to hire an independent auditor, review all financial records. Investigate Richard's contracts, everything I wanted, everything I fought for. After the meeting, people shake my hand, thank me, apologize. We should have stood up sooner, one man says. We were cowards. You're standing up now, I tell him. That's what matters. I drive home, stars overhead, mountains dark against the sky. Patricia's empire crumbled in one night. But the legal battle, that's just beginning, and I want every single charge to stick. The investigations move fast. Faster than I expected. County prosecutor files charges 2 weeks later against both Patricia and Richard Blackwood. Fraud, embezzlement, conspiracy, self-dealing, 18 counts total. The HOA's forensic audit reveals everything. $400,000 in misappropriated funds. Richard's company overcharged for every single project. Clubhouse renovation, actual cost $70,000. He charged $120,000. Pocketed $50,000. Playground, actual cost $35,000. He charged $60,000, pocketed $25,000. Every project, same pattern. Inflate the bid, pocket the difference. And Patricia approved every invoice. Signed every check, transferred every payment. She knew, she participated, she profited. The audit also finds personal expenses charged to HOA funds, Patricia's Mercedes lease, Richard's golf club membership. A vacation to Hawaii, all paid with HOA money they stole from their own community. The new HOA board votes unanimously, remove the fence, restore my helicopter pad, apologize publicly, reimburse all my legal fees. They do it within a week. A crew removes the fence, same contractor who built it. They look embarrassed, apologetic. Sorry about this, Mr. Morrison, we were just following orders. I know, not your fault. My pad is cleared by Wednesday. My helicopter freed. I perform a test flight Thursday morning. The freedom tastes like victory, but the legal battle continues. Patricia and Richard hire expensive lawyers, 3-piece suits, leather briefcases. They fight every charge. Claim it was mistakes, not crimes, accounting errors, misunderstandings. The prosecutor doesn't buy it, neither does the evidence. Trial is set for 6 months out. Meanwhile, my story continues spreading. I'm invited to speak at veteran events, property rights conferences, anti-HOA rallies across 3 states. I become a symbol, the man who fought back and won. People ask me everywhere I go. Was it worth it? Same answer every time. I didn't fight for revenge, I fought because what they did was wrong. Because if I didn't stand up, who would? How many other people are they bullying right now? How many others stay silent because they're scared? The county passes new legislation 3 months later. The Morrison Act limits HOA power over pre-existing property uses, protects emergency services, requires transparent financial audits, mandates independent oversight. Real change, permanent change. Because one person refused to back down, Patricia still lives in her mansion, but she's a prisoner there. Can't go anywhere without people recognizing her. Pointing, whispering. That's the HOA lady, the one who arrested the veteran. Her reputation is destroyed, completely, permanently. Richard's construction company collapses. No one will hire him, the Blackwood name is poisoned now. They list the mansion for sale, no offers, not at that price, not with that history. Their marriage is falling apart too. I hear rumors, screaming matches, lawyer consultations. Divorce papers being drafted. Everything is crumbling and I'm flying medical supply runs, search and rescue missions, doing what matters. Last week I airlifted a pregnant woman in labor. Remote cabin, snowstorm, roads closed. She and the baby are fine now, healthy, alive. That's what my helicopter does, saves lives. Patricia wanted to take that away for aesthetics, for property values. She failed. The trial approaches. My lawyer Tom says the evidence is overwhelming. Conviction is almost certain. How much time, I ask? Federal guidelines, Patricia could get 30 months, Richard 18 plus restitution. They'll have to pay back everything they stole. $400,000 plus penalties. Plus my legal fees, they'll be financially destroyed even if they sell the mansion. Some people might feel bad for them, feel mercy. I don't. They made their choices, now they face the consequences. That's not revenge, that's justice. And justice, it's the only thing that matters. The trial lasts 3 weeks. Federal courthouse, marble floors, high ceilings, American flag behind the judge's bench. Patricia and Richard sit at the defense table, navy suits, trying to look respectable, professional. Patricia's hair is darker now, dyed brown, no blonde bob like she's trying to disappear, become someone else, too late for that. The prosecution presents my evidence first. Documents, bank records, invoices. Emails between Patricia and Richard. Planning, scheming, coordinating, it's devastating, methodical, undeniable. Their lawyer tries to argue accounting mistakes, honest errors, no criminal intent, but the emails destroy that defense. Make sure you inflate the clubhouse bid, we can pocket at least $40,000. Patricia to Richard, July 2024. Invoice approved, payment transferred, split as usual. Richard to Patricia. September 2024. They planned it, executed it, profited from it. The jury hears testimony from HOA members, people Patricia bullied, fined, threatened. An elderly woman cries on the stand. She fined me $2,000 because my roses were the wrong color. I'm on a fixed income. I almost lost my home. A young couple testifies. She blocked our home sale because she didn't like the buyers. Cost us $30,000. Story after story, victim after victim. Patricia sits stone-faced, doesn't react, but her hands shake. She grips the table edge until her knuckles go white. Then Richard breaks halfway through week 2. Takes a plea deal, agrees to testify against Patricia. Says she masterminded everything, controlled the finances, made all the decisions. He just followed orders. Patricia's face when he testifies, pure hatred, betrayal, rage. Her own husband throwing her under the bus to save himself. The defense collapses after that. No credible witnesses, no alternative explanation, just desperate attempts to create reasonable doubt. The jury deliberates 4 hours. Not even a full day, guilty, all 18 counts. Patricia collapses in her chair, sobbing, actually sobbing. Her lawyer tries to comfort her, she pushes him away. Richard gets sentenced first, 18 months federal prison. 5 years probation. Restitution of $200,000. Patricia's sentencing comes 8 weeks later. I attend, sit in the back row. Watch, the judge is a woman, late 50s, gray hair, stern expression. Miss Blackwood, you abused a position of trust. You stole from your community. You used the legal system as a weapon against innocent people. You valued power and money over basic human decency. Patricia tries to speak. Voice cracking, Your Honor, I made mistakes, I'm sorry. You're sorry you got caught, the judge interrupts. Nothing in your behavior suggests genuine remorse. 30 months federal prison, 5 years probation. Full restitution of $400,000, plus $50,000 in penalties. The gavel comes down, final, permanent. Patricia is led away. Orange jumpsuit, handcuffs, no more pink blazers, no more blonde bob, no more power. Just a number, an inmate, a criminal. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm me, microphones, cameras. Mr. Morrison, how do you feel? Relieved, justice was served. Do you have any message for others facing HOA abuse? Fight back. Document everything, use the law, don't let anyone take what's yours, and never, ever give up. The interview clips go viral, again, millions of views. I drive home, mountains golden in afternoon sun, sky impossibly blue. The Ridge Vista HOA dissolved 6 months ago. Residents voted 92% to eliminate it, return to county governance. Individual property rights restored, no more rules, no more fines, no more tyranny. My helicopter sits on my pad. Ready, waiting, tomorrow I have a medical supply run, insulin delivery to a remote clinic, that's what matters, saving lives, helping people. Patricia wanted to stop that for aesthetics. She failed completely. Permanently, and I'm still here, still flying, still free, that's victory, that's justice, that's America. 1 year later, I'm standing on my property, same spot I started. 5 acres of Montana heaven. Pine trees reaching for endless blue sky, mountain peaks in the distance. Snow-capped, eternal, beautiful. My Robinson R44 sits on the concrete pad, cherry red, pristine, exactly where it belongs. I've flown 37 medical missions this year, saved 4 lives, helped search and rescue find 6 lost hikers, delivered supplies to remote cabins during winter storms. This helicopter isn't a toy, it's a lifeline. And it's exactly where it's supposed to be. The community holds a ceremony today. County building, 200 people attend, they dedicate a memorial plaque, bronze mounted on granite. in honor of Jake Morrison, veteran pilot hero, who stood up for what was right when others stayed silent, who proved that courage and justice can still prevail. I'm embarrassed by the attention, don't feel like a hero, just someone who refused to back down, but I accept it. Because it represents something bigger than me, little people can win, justice still exists. Good can triumph over evil. The county commissioner shakes my hand. Jake, you changed this county. The Morrison Act has protected 17 property owners already. HOAs can't abuse power anymore, that's your legacy. Real change, permanent change. Patricia served her time, 22 months with good behavior. Released 3 months ago, she moved back to California. Divorced, broke, works retail somewhere. I heard she's using her maiden name now, trying to escape her past. I don't celebrate her downfall, I'm not that person. Don't have that kind of hate in me, but I don't regret it either. She chose her path. I chose mine. Richard lives in Arizona now, drives a delivery truck, pays his restitution monthly, $50 at a time. It'll take him 30 years to pay it all back. Their mansion sold eventually, foreclosure auction, half the original price. New owners are good people, friendly, they wave when I fly over, people still contact me every week. Sometimes every day. Jake, our HOA is threatening us, what do we do? Same answer every time. Document everything, know your rights, find a good lawyer, fight back, use the law and never quit. Some thank me, some cry. Some just need to know they're not alone, I help when I can, free advice. Legal contacts, moral support, because that's what matters, helping people, standing up for what's right. Last week, a journalist asked me, Jake, what's the lesson here? What do you want people to take from your story? I thought about it, really thought. Stand up, fight back, don't let anyone take what's yours. Use the law, use the truth, use your voice. Corrupt people count on your silence. Your fear, your exhaustion, when you refuse to be silent, when you fight back, you win, not always, not easily, but you win. She wrote that down, word for word, her article published yesterday. National Magazine, 6 pages, photos of my helicopter, my property, the mountains, title, The Veteran Who Took Down an Empire. I'm Jake Morrison, retired Air Force pilot, helicopter owner, property rights advocate. And I'm still here, still flying, still fighting when necessary. My helicopter is free, my property is mine, my rights are protected, that's victory, that's justice. That's what America is supposed to be. If my story helped you, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and comment below, tell me where you're watching from, tell me your HOA story, tell me you're going to stand up and fight back. Because that's how we change things, one person, one story, one victory at a time, together we're unstoppable. Thanks for watching. And remember, never back down from what's right.